better than ever. It's the all-new Sandy Kastel and Friends Show with Sandy Kastel, singer, songwriter, author, and founder of WEMA. She'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, singers, authors, celebrities, and more. Plus, exciting features like WEMA, Women and Men in Music and Arts, insights into Las Vegas real estate, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. We have a wonderful cast in here today, and we've got extra people that I don't even know who they are. No, I do. They're your support team, right, Megan?
Yeah. I brought my mom and my niece was dying to come with. She was so excited.
Oh my
I hope you don't mind.
gosh!
So I have a posse in the corner.
Hi, posse in the corner. So say your names. Come on.
I'm Evelyn.
Evelyn.
And I'm Barb.
Hi, Barbara.
Momager.
How are you? Momager. And Megan. And John Stiles is behind the camera. And we've got Lawrence behind the, he's running all the controls here. And we've got Megan with us.
Hi, great crew you've got here.
How are you today?
Good, thanks for having me.
Oh my
It's nice
gosh,
to meet you.
you are amazing. I've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
And I thought you were like this little girl that sings with this big voice. That's what they kept saying. But you're actually an adult. Almost.
I'm a big girl with a little voice.
Big girl with a little voice. That's
Yeah.
not what I heard. In fact, I heard that you brought some songs with you today.
I did.
Yes.
I would love to play them for you.
Okay. Well, first, let's talk to you.
Yeah.
Give us your name.
I'm Megan Barker.
Megan Barker.
I'm a singer-songwriter.
Yes.
And I perform all over Las Vegas. I'm based out of Vegas and Nashville, and you can catch me all over performing live.
Okay. Now, how did you get between Vegas and Nashville? Okay. Because I did that, but I want to know how you did it.
I was born in Nashville. My parents were both in the music industry, and then I moved here when I was 9, went to school here, and then when I started performing here, and then as a teenager, I started going back and forth, and now I kind of just have a world in both cities, so I just try to go back and forth every month or two and write and perform in both.
Can I go back with you when you go to Nashville the next time? Because I love Nashville.
You can fit in my carry-on.
All right, cool. Because, Mom, so you were in the industry also, Barbara?
I was.
Okay, come on. We got to bring this
Scoot that
microphone. We're
mic
going to
on
make you
over.
talk.
Uh-oh.
So how are you in the industry?
I played guitar and sang and wrote a few songs myself.
She was a session singer, and her and my
Oh.
dad had a publishing company. She's being modest.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what's the name of the publishing company?
Barker Productions.
I spaced for a second, too. That was a long time ago. I'm
It
sorry.
was a few years ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I had a great experience out in Nashville, and every time I went there, I always felt like they had their arms open.
Oh, they're wonderful.
And I know it is a good old boy place back there, too. I know they have that element.
Yeah, I'm going to have...
Mom's eyes are like, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay. Now, Nashville, the big difference between Las Vegas and Nashville for me, because I grew up here. Okay, I grew up here. And my dad's a musician, a jazz musician, and of course he played in big bands, and I got to sit in the light booth and watch all the performers that he performed with, that he played with,
It's in the blood.
Yeah, it's in the blood. But the difference here was that, we always had the guys were musicians and they were performing on, in the hotels and stuff. Now, when you go to Nashville, it's all about the song.
Yeah,
It's all about the songwriter.
absolutely.
So there's not as much of that big performance thing except for the GAC. What is the big place that, they have some big places where you perform right there on.
Oh, I mean,
The,
on Broadway, there's music in
Well, those
every
are
bar.
little places, though. Those are bars.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you have the big stadium place.
Oh,
that's
like Bridgestone Arena and stuff like
yeah,
that. Big.
yeah, they have that, but they don't have like the places on Broadway, are like you said, nice
Yeah.
little bars and stuff, and that's where everybody performs,
Yeah.
And here it was like you performed on the Strip,
Oh,
and you
I see what you
performed
mean.
in the hotels, you
Yeah.
performed in the lounges when we had them. Anyway, so now we have Cirque du Soleil shows. Anyway, which is good too, and so it's different. So you grew up out in Nashville,
Yeah.
and you guys came here and you sang here, and then you started going back and forth. So
Yeah.
tell me, who produced this latest album?
Well, for the last
or song or whatever.
Yeah, these last 4 or 5 years, I've been putting out music that I wrote by myself, and it was a lot of just guitar and vocal kind of stuff. And then singer-songwriter, yeah, stereotypical. But this stuff that I put out this summer, I think, is the best songs and the best production that I've put out so far. I'm really proud of it. And I co-produced it with Jason Roller, who is Kelly Pickler's band leader and guitarist.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of we worked hard in the studio, and I think it sounds great.
Okay.
I'm biased, though.
You're biased. And Kelly Pickler's a young artist herself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's been out there now for a while. About 5 or 6 years now? Has it been that long?
Maybe even more.
Gosh, I know. It's like, but I remember when I was back there in 2006, she was just kind of...
right off American Idol and all of that. So she's got this really cute new TV show. And so I think she's putting out a new album and all that stuff. But yeah, Kelly's been around for a while, and her band is awesome because I got to borrow them.
Okay, so tell me, and they're the A players, of course. What they call the A players back in Nashville, that's what they call them. And in LA, they just call them the studio session guys.
Yeah. Tomato, tomato. Yeah.
Tomato, tomato.
Very talented people.
Yeah, and of course, when I was out there, they were all working in the studio all day long. And we had a variety of musicians that had moved to Nashville so that they wouldn't have the grind that they have in LA, which is recording all night long, and having sessions all night long.
Absolutely.
And so you had a lot of people going to Nashville to have that family life also.
Yeah.
Right?
Their life is kind of like that too, from what I hear, though. When they're not on the road, they record. That's how they make their money and their living. But most of them seem like they love it. So.
And I understand a lot of them are on the road now, though, because there's not as much of that, recording session going on day to day. So what was your process when you write a song? What is your process? Is there a different process, or is it always kind of the same?
It usually starts with a guitar. I play guitar. I dabble in piano. Not very good at piano, but I dabble enough to write. I don't know. I guess we could talk about your songwriting too and compare.
No. This is all about you.
Well, I guess it is different.
We can talk about me later.
Sometimes I get an idea for a hook and write out some lyrics, and sometimes it starts with the music, and it's different every time. But usually you can kind of tell when something's going in the right direction. You just kind of can feel it. So,
well, see, a lot of times, so since you asked, a lot of times I might be in a jacuzzi or something. I didn't have a guitar with me or a piano.
Oh, you got an idea.
But I got an idea, and I started singing. In fact, there was one song that I started writing in there, and it was after a big confrontation with my ex. Ooh. And that's why he's my ex. Anyway, but it was called Don't Tell Me I Can't.
Oh, I like that.
And I was just lying there in the jacuzzi. I'm going, don't tell me I can't.
I need a jacuzzi.
Don't tell me I never will.
Yeah.
Don't tell me,
That's great.
Anyway, but, and then other times I've been, I've come out of a dream and had an idea in my head. How about you?
Yeah, absolutely. I keep a notepad by my bed just in case. I'm actually really big into, there's like dream dictionaries. Have you ever gone online and Googled what little things in your dreams mean? It's probably really weird.
Is it by Carl Jung, or was it based on Carl Jung by any chance? Or do you know who Carl Jung is?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
All that stuff started way back then with Carl Jung.
I'm sure.
And it's called Jungian psychology, Jungeon or whatever.
It's fascinating.
Look up Carl Jung sometime,
I will,
and you'll check it out.
It's fascinating.
Because I studied dreams. I started studying them at an age where you're not even at yet. I was 28, 29, and going through my Saturn return, which you'll have to tell her about that later. Right?
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Anyway,
that doesn't sound good.
No, it's all a good thing.
Where did Saturn go?
It's still around.
Why is it
anyway,
returning?
It keeps coming around and returning into your life every 28 years. So you're not there yet. So you don't have to worry about it yet for a few more years.
Best is yet to come.
She's laughing because she knows. Anyway, so dreams, dream work. So do you write your dreams down?
I do.
You do?
Sometimes,
oh, my gosh. This is a girl after my own heart.
You know what? I think they're very true to what's happening in your life. So if you write it down and then you go back and read it later, there's probably some good material there.
Yeah, what we called it is the collective unconscious.
Okay.
So what it was is the collective unconscious, while you're sleeping. It pops up with these symbols, Yeah,
and they generally mean things. I don't know. Maybe some people think it's kind of like a fortune cookie thing and it doesn't really mean anything, but I think it does.
Well, I think you're okay if you look at it as a tool.
Yes.
It's a tool to use to get at what you're doing. And a lot of times we get messages that really confirm what it is that we already know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You just have to face it.
Yeah,
Face the music.
instead of going to mom, you can say, you can ask the question and you can go, I really know the answer, but I just want to ask the question anyway.
Don't they say that too, that when you ask somebody for advice, you generally already know what you're going to do?
Yeah.
You're just kind of looking for like affirmation.
That's right.
But I'm
that's right.
always going to go to mom. Sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's like, go to mom, go to mom, go to mom. Go to mom. Oh, we have another caller. Who is this? Is this Eric?
Hello, this is Eric.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
How are you? I'm actually here with the whole band. I have JD and Matthew say hello as well. Hey, how are you?
Hey. Good. JD and Matthew. Gosh, this is great. We've got all singers today.
Yes, right.
That's right. So what's the name of the band? It's...
The band is called Acting Natural.
Acting Natural. And the funny thing is I got to tell you, we're going to play their music a little bit later, and we're also going to play your music, Megan. And you guys are all young performers.
We are. Yeah. 19 and 22, all of us.
And how old are you, Megan?
24.
24. And I'm like only
Very
26, so, What are you laughing about?
I'm not. I'm laughing because I wouldn't have put you past 22.
Oh, thank you. Well, as artists, we are forever young. That's
right. Exactly.
That's why I talk about staying fit and fabulous forever. So, okay. So, Eric, JD, and Matthew, right?
Hello. Yes.
Cool. Where are you guys calling from?
We're actually calling from Tampa, Florida.
From where in Florida?
Tampa, Florida.
Okay. Now, is it nice and warm and toasty out there?
It has been all through Christmas. It's been nice and warm, beautiful Christmas time, and now it's actually cold. So it got cold. It's like 50 degrees, and that's freezing to me. Yeah.
Okay, I already asked Megan.
For a lot of different places.
Okay, I already asked Megan. So when you guys are writing songs, how does the process work for you guys?
It's different every time. Really depends on the song, but sometimes one of us is inspired by something, whether it's a person, a place, or whatever it might be, and sometimes the lyrics come first, or the music will come first for us. But it's never really one set way. You know what I mean? It's pretty natural the way it flows. So
yeah, it's like someone will come up with an idea. For example, for me, it's like we'll come up with a section or a part. And over a period of time, it morphs and changes until it finally starts looking like a song.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys write your dreams down?
Our dreams?
Yeah, your dreams. Weren't you listening in? Come on.
I try to, if I can remember. Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about dream writing, and
It might be a girl thing.
well, it might be a girl thing.
think it's a
yeah.
girl
We just bottle them up inside.
And then let it all come out, right, in the songwriting.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, though. Actually, last night, it's so weird. Last night, I had a really vivid dream.
I had a
about
dream.
a song that I was writing, and it was a song, and I had lyrics and everything. I completely forgot the whole dream today.
You did? Well, you have to keep that pad by your bed. You know that, don't you?
That's right. That's right. I know.
Yeah, keep the pad and the pencil by your bed, and before you jump out of bed, I know it's hard to do, especially with guys. They got to jump out of bed right away. But anyway, you got to write down any little thoughts or patterns or images that come to your brain, and
Or hum the melody into your phone.
yeah, or hum the melody into your phone.
Usually when you listen back, though,
we
you're
do
like,
that often.
what was I
Yeah.
thinking?
Well,
Terrible.
but you know what? I did that when I was in L.A. and I was driving my Porsche and I had my tape recorder. Okay, this is old school. I had a tape recorder and I was pushed the button on my tape recorder, and when I got home, you know what I heard?
Yeah, but that was a sweet sound, though, right? Sweet sound.
Anyway,
Awesome.
so I lost a few songs along the way. But you're right. It is important, and as songwriters. And Megan grew up in Nashville. Where'd you guys grow up at?
I'm actually from Hartford, Connecticut, New York area originally. JD.
I grew up here in the Tampa Bay area.
I've lived in Tarpon Springs, Florida, which is a little bit away from Tampa my whole life, and I've never actually been out of the state. So I need a lot of help. I need to leave. I need to at least visit someplace else.
You've lived a sheltered life so
yeah.
far. But you're only like 19 or 20, right? So it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. I got time.
You have time. You can come to Vegas, and we'll do a whole music fest right here with Megan.
I love
yeah,
it.
let's do it. We plan on dragging
Absolutely.
them all over the country.
I'm sure you do, especially with your music. So tell me how the style of your music erupted. I said erupted because I listened to it.
Well, we
You'll know what I'm talking about.
From a young age, we've always been very influenced by a lot of classic bands like the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, and even 50s group like Chuck Berry, blues, a lot of blues and jazz. So our style kind of Coltrane. Yeah, our style kind of formed out of that. We were really drawn to that style.
How'd Coltrane get in there? Okay, go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said, how did Coltrane get in there?
I don't know.
I've been listening to a lot of John. I'm the bass player. I've been listening to a lot of John Coltrane.
That's great. That's great.
Anyways, so our style, I guess, rose from that. You know what I mean? And we started by covering songs by our favorite bands and doing that whole thing. And eventually we started just writing our own, music and riffs and putting them together. And it obviously, it all kind of like, we all have a little bit of a different style of music that we're into and that, really grabs us.
Okay.
So when we come together, we fuse that all together and it makes a really cool fusion.
It happened naturally.
It happened naturally. That's why you're acting natural. Okay, listen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Megan was here first. So we're going to listen to a song by Megan. Now, which song do you want to play for us, Megan?
Let's start with Trouble, Letting Trouble Inside. It's the title track on my new EP.
Now, she started out a little bit differently because she was doing like singer-songwriter stuff with the guitar. So it's going to be interesting to hear the difference in both your styles, okay?
I like it.
I like it too. Okay, here we are.
You give a little bit, I take a little more. Baby, we're a heart attack. We're just one more away from going down. It's just a matter of time. Well, I am trouble, and baby, you're a curse. We're both bad news. I'll say it first, there's no need to deny this road that we're on. Then break my fall. This love is dangerous, such risk involved, and there's no way we'll come out unscathed. 'Cause I don't love you, at least I don't think. This lake we're treading is swimmer sinking for the first time. I don't wanna be afraid.
you wrote this song. What do you guys think of it?
That was awesome.
Wasn't that cool?
Fantastic.
Thank you. Well, you can't
Very
say you
cool.
didn't like it. You're on air.
No, but I can tell by their enthusiasm. Now,
Thanks.
otherwise they would have just been quiet. It would have
Yeah.
been dead silence,
was
and they would have
great.
waited for me to open it up. So, yeah, what do you guys want to ask this girl, this young girl that is writing this kind of music? What do you think?
How'd you get to be so,
So
awesome?
where have you, where are your inspirations from? What made you start?
Well, that's
Writing.
a good question. I was listening to all of your influences, and mine are kind of all over the place too. I started the guy that started everything was John Mayer for me. Everybody loves John Mayer.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Great guitarist. Yeah, great guitar player.
Yeah, and he's
That's right.
a fantastic songwriter too. But then it kind of branched out, and I went through a heavy Stevie Ray Vaughan phase. I've been a huge Maroon 5 fan for years, so my influences are kind of all over the place. Kind of like you guys.
That's awesome. That's sometimes the best way because
I
then
think
you
so,
don't get
too.
stuck in one sound.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to hearing Pair of Dice.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's important, I feel, to be open to everything.
Did I just ruin
Just
something?
Be a sponge.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It's a very clever title.
You know, I got to tell you guys, you're not far off of what some of the other guys have done in different genres either. Are you familiar with the Yellow Jackets?
Vaguely.
Maybe briefly. I'm not sure. I'm horrible.
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, now-
I hear the song.
So they're kind of a jazz fusion
cool.
kind of group, and Jeff Lorber's jazz fusion. Now the Yellow Jackets, both of these guys. Now, and I'm just talking about other people from other genres that are a little bit older than you guys are, but again, they were listening to a vast variety of styles and genres as they were growing up. And myself, I was also, my mom was country and my dad was jazz. So I was, I had this eclectic mix, and then I discovered musicals. So,
Oh, God. You're all over the place.
I was all over the place from my time, and so you're right. So I like a lot of variety, and I write some country pop stuff, and of course I don't sing as great as you do. You sound wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
Megan.
right.
You were wonderful.
Oh,
That
my
was great.
gosh.
But there's a certain thing. Seriously, when I was in Nashville, and you guys, I got to tell you, when I went to Nashville, she's from Nashville, and when I was back there and I was demoing some of my songs, I took a song, and then what I did is I recorded myself singing the lead vocal, of course, because I'm a songwriter. I'm going to record myself. But also, I hired a girl like you, like Barbara, right, who is a studio singer, and she's a Nashville studio singer, and I hired a girl to also record the lead vocal. And I've got to tell you, totally different.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
I sound like a Valley girl now. But anyway, from the 80s. But it was real interesting because I'd be sitting there right next to her, and I would sing the lyric, and I would sing the song, and then I'd hear her do it, and there was just something that she did with her voice that was totally different.
There's a million things she could have done. Phrasing or
There was
tonality.
something that I couldn't even do if I tried to because it wasn't in me.
Yeah.
See, my stylizing was different.
Absolutely.
So it is really good that you guys are drawing from all different kinds of styles. Now, let's hear Acting Natural, and we're going to hear Paradise.
When she said hello, I swear I saw the line. I saw our silhouettes in the sunset side by side. When we kissed, I must have missed the time fly by. Who knew heaven would be where the sun don't shine? Thought I was the only one until that night. How was I so blind? Everybody rolls at once. Well, I'm gonna roll it twice. You can't win every time, 'cause love is a paradise. Everybody rolls at once. Well, I'm gonna roll it twice. You can't win every time, 'cause love is a paradise. Love is a paradise. I know I'm wiser now, and I've come through the fire, and I won't let my fall make me afraid to fly. Why bother looking to my left when there's an angel on my right, with a love that can turn water into wine? Sometimes I think I must have lost my mind. gonna roll it twice. You can't win every time, 'cause love is a paradise. Everybody rolls it once, well I'm gonna roll it twice. You can't win every time. I'm gonna roll it once, yeah, I'm gonna roll it twice. 3 times, 4 times, until her love I find. But until that day comes, I'll just keep on trying. 'Cause after all, that love, what is life? Everybody rolls at once, well I'm gonna roll it twice. You can't win every time. If you can't find the one, don't give up the fight. It's more than worth the try. Love is a paradise. Love is a paradise. 'Cause love is a paradise. Love is a paradise. 'Cause love is a paradise.
Wow. You
Rock and roll.
I got to tell you guys
Rock and
something.
roll.
Megan was sitting here. We were singing along with you guys on the chorus.
Awesome.
So
Love
catchy.
is a paradise.
Woo. We're gonna start an acting national tribute band, you guys.
But you know,
Awesome.
we were talking about, you know, you guys. It's nice because you did some things in there that are unexpected for the style. Like you said, you didn't. You weren't not like locked into any one thing. You surprised
Right,
us.
right. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, kind of funky, kind of
Yeah.
rock. I love it. It's
And
great.
kind of old school, kind of old school a little bit in there too.
We take influence from the Beatles because those early Beatles songs, they said they were writing songs for the meat market. And I think that we wrote a song that we wanted to have mass appeal and we wanted it to be relatable on a universal level.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
now
the way we describe ourselves is kind of not tied down to any one genre. It's just way easier to say we're a rock and roll band than, you know, we've got influences from here and everywhere. Here, there, and
We're
everywhere.
big on-
Beatles once said.
I love
we're big
it.
on doing, like, as you can hear, we're big on doing like 3 and 4 part harmonies, which is a lot of harmony on the record, and
yeah.
we would love that kind of stuff.
Great hook too. Great
You know,
song.
I was listening to Steely Dan the other day. You guys ever listen to Steely Dan?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you just reminded me. You know, I mean, they brought together some amazing musicians. You know, in that project.
Tell me
you know.
about it.
Yeah, and you guys sound wonderful. Now, you guys
Thank you.
You guys are both, you know, coming from a little different place. You know, and then so for you guys, how, you know, Eric and JD and Matthew. So, what kinds of things do you think are the most important things when you're talking to young kids that are younger than you, that are coming up in the industry, that want to be in this business? What are the most important things that you want to share with them?
You know, it's a really, you know, as we've come through, we're still young, but, you know, as we're coming through it, we've learned a lot about the industry, and it really isn't easy. It's a very tough industry. You know, what I can say for myself is that to really, you know, follow your path and stay true to who you are. There'll be a lot of people that try to push you in a lot of different directions and pull you apart and do this and do that. And so, you have to be open. You can't be hard-headed and just be like, oh, well, I'm doing my own thing. You know what I mean? You have to be flexible, right? But, you know, stay true to what you want to be, because at the end of the day, you need to be happy with the music that you create. You know, in 10, 15 years down the road from now, you don't want to look back and be like, you know, I was never really proud of that, or I'm not happy with that music. You want to be able to cherish that music someday and show it to, you know, your family and your friends and be like, this was me, you know what I mean, no matter what happens to you.
Yeah, I'd say don't give up because you're going to want to.
Yeah, it's a tough road. You got to stay on.
Yeah, definitely just persevere, stay focused, and just, you know, do what feels
Amen.
right and do what you want.
Practice. Yep.
Well said.
Okay, all right, Megan.
Well, I think they just nailed every bullet point. Absolutely. It sounds like they're going to have like a behind the music series coming out, like they've been doing it 30 years, right? No, absolutely. I mean, oh, me too, old soul. But definitely, I've been doing this a long time too, and a lot of people try to tell you who to be and what songs to sing and what you need to sound like, and you need to be more like so and so, and you know, there's a niche for you. So just keep doing what you're doing and develop that and be confident. Said. Be confident in that. I think that's the hardest thing, is to be confident in what you're doing.
Very true.
Okay, Megan. So now, did you get a lot of, I know you did, but I'm just going to ask you anyway. So, because I want to ask you guys all this, how important is support from your family?
So important. So important. I mean, I've been very blessed that my family, well, they came from music too, right, but they've always been super supportive. And my mom's been coming to my shows. I'm 24 now. My mom still comes to my shows with me since I was a teenager and I wasn't old enough to be where I was. And now she still comes with me, and she's the best sound man that I've ever had. What is this?
That's so cool.
Oh, she's saying I'm going to a show after this. I'm playing down at the Link for a couple hours. So she's going to be my sound man tonight. So family support is so important, and I've been very lucky. There's a lot of artists and bands that don't have that kind of support, and I think it's very important. So I've been blessed.
So you didn't have to get a day job?
Oh, I've had a few day jobs here and there. Mostly though, I've been lucky enough to have their support and to make money doing what I do. I play live music for a living in Las Vegas. I mean, that's pretty fun. It's awesome. But yeah, there's been some jobs we won't speak of.
Okay, I want to send that out to all of
I'm not selling drugs. That sounded really bad.
No.
Oh, Lord.
No, I want to send that out to all of the other musicians out there and singers that are saying there's no work in Las Vegas. She is making a living doing her music in Las Vegas.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy, but it can be done.
Okay, so guys, tell me about support in your families. Tell me about the support that you guys have had or not had.
You know, kind of similar to what Megan said, you know, we've been very fortunate to have a lot of support from our family. You know, me personally, my family has always been extremely about music, and obviously growing up, I've been listening to music ever since I can remember, and they've always been very supportive of following our dream of what we want to do and believing in us, and that's an amazing feeling to have that. You know, there's so many artists out there that go through this path completely on their own, and they have nobody backing them. And to have the backing of your family is, I mean, it's definitely a huge blessing for sure. I think on all of our songs.
Yep. This is JD speaking, and my parents are pretty supportive as well. You know, I don't think they really get it, but they're supportive. You know, they're not musicians, but they said if you're going to do it, now's the time.
So what do they do, JD?
They're just they're helping me out. They're helping me support myself, and while I play with Acting Natural.
Cool. And so Matthew, was that because that was Eric before, right? Okay.
Yeah, Eric, I'm kind of in the same situation as Eric. My dad was he did drumline in high school, and my grandfather was a sort of fairly famous local musician around here. He's played with like Creedence Clearwater Revival and the likes. So I have music in my blood. My mother, and she's just always been into music and shows and concerts. And my parents still come to my shows too, Megan. So it's the best.
It is the best. Don't let
always.
anybody make fun of you for that, because they're just jerks.
Yeah.
I've had people say it to me before. They're like, your mom comes to your shows?
At least I can blow my parents away. If there's no one else in the room, we're playing to an empty room, at least our parents are there and they're jamming it.
My mom always screams the loudest.
See, I think we're all off to a beautiful friendship.
Yeah, you guys need to exchange emails here, I can tell.
We're mama's children.
Yeah.
Should. Definitely.
So that's cool, and I think it's great. And I also came from a musical family.
Yeah.
My mom was they had 4 sisters in their family. There are 4 girls, the Armstrong sisters, and they tap danced and sang and did things, when they were kids. And then of course each one of them grew up to be artists in their own way. And then my father is a jazz musician, and he played with big bands. So I grew up with that musical thing. However, my dad did not help me
Really?
No, he did not. And I asked him when I was 34 years old, which was a little bit older than you guys. Anyway, and I said, Dad, I don't understand. Why didn't you help me? He said, well, look, he had a sister that was 11 years younger than he was, and she was in a big band. And he saw that it was very tough for her because she came up against a lot of things that we've heard about, okay, kind of like the casting couch in movie acting and things like that, with the big bands. And so she went through a little bit of that when she was a young singer.
Yeah.
And then also she was married and had a husband that didn't like that she was a singer and liked her in being in the performing arts. So, my dad was a little reticent, and he said, so he told me, look, if you want to do it, go out and do it. Go out and study with somebody else. He didn't
I don't want to
teach
watch
me.
it.
That's
yeah.
right. And then it was my mom that snuck me out for rehearsals and snuck me out to the auditions, when I was 14 years old to be in Vegas Beat 68. Of course, you guys weren't born then, were you? Anyway, so,
we
but your mom
technically were.
knows. Well,
In
maybe
our
your
souls,
mom's
we were.
young too. I don't know if
Yeah.
she was around then either. But, so it is important, but my mom was always like, she was the one rooting me on. She
That's
was the one.
awesome.
But when I won the Miss Nevada pageant, my dad did come up and say, hey, you're not too bad. So I
Cute.
went, okay.
Quite an
Okay, that was a
accomplishment.
big thing, so I was excited.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, so what else? All right, so tell me, you guys, the guys, tell me what was your craziest or funniest or goofiest experience that you experienced so far as performers?
There's been so many.
It's still funny to me every time when somebody yells "Play Freebird."
Oh my God, right?
And
Sorry.
I have trouble holding it together. I laugh a lot. And I can't even begin to articulate it. We have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
But, I don't know exactly. There's been so many funny things from people, jumping on stage. We once were kind of somewhat attacked by a homeless man. We were playing live on the stage, which was pretty wild.
And he sang, we were covering a Bob Marley tune. He jumped on and started singing it. So, yeah, this music, music can take you anywhere into any sort of situation, but,
Well, you have to get used to getting mobbed now, because it's going to keep happening. as long as you're up on
it's a good
stage.
thing, I guess.
As long,
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about your fans?
It's amazing.
I'm so passionate about having fans because for me, why I really got into music is I was a huge fan of music. I was a huge fan of rock and roll. And to me, as far as anyone who's approached us and anyone who comes to our shows and enjoys our music, I love them. I love them to death because we always set aside time to talk to them and sit with them and anything we can, because without them, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than you putting, you put a lot of passion and emotion into writing your music, and that's a very close thing to you. You know what I mean? To sort of have another human responding back to that in such a positive way, it's there's no better feeling.
That's the core root of why we do this. Because I heard bands that resonated with me when I was young and inspired me to pick up a bass, inspired me to play, inspired me to push myself to become the best musician I could. If I can give that gift to somebody else, and I've done my job, and I'm ready to go. Amen.
Hey, Megan, how about you? What's the funniest experience you've had as a performer?
Well, I thought that drunk people jumping on stage with you was only a Vegas thing. But apparently that's international. So
Yeah, and I've seen it in Nashville, believe me.
I've seen it in Nashville too. So apparently that's unavoidable. That's happened many, many times over the years. Even when I was performing before I was even old enough to be in that environment. I don't know. Crazy things happen all the time. I play down at the Link a few times a week right now, which is a huge tourist area in Vegas. So there's never a dull moment down there. So all kinds of crazy things happen. You never know what's going to happen.
Right. And what about you with your fans?
These guys keep taking the words out of my mouth. I think the best thing ever is when somebody appreciates your songwriting, and when somebody comes up to you or writes you on Facebook in the time we live in now. That's a lot of fan communication is Facebook and Twitter, and people say, that song, that line really hit home, and I've been through that, and it makes you feel good because you're helping somebody, and then you also know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
So, fans are the entire reason that you do it. It's amazing.
Okay, so all you guys, what is your favorite social media thing? Is it Twitter or is it Facebook or is it Instagram or what is it?
Mine's Instagram.
Okay. Why?
I'm on everything. I mean, I'm on every platform possible, but Instagram's my favorite. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's because I get more reaction from content. You know, when you just write something on Facebook, people don't really see it. But when I post a picture, I get more response. Or a really goofy video, which if you follow me, I'm not afraid to make a fool of myself. So I get more response from that. So maybe that's why.
Oh, do you do videos like at your house or like just sitting in front of the computer saying goofy stuff?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch.
Oh well.
I'm gonna watch this.
I'm
gonna be interested or laugh.
Oh
a lot.
yeah. I don't know. You let me know. But
I will.
Instagram's my favorite.
Okay, Instagram. Okay, what about you guys?
I would say probably, I don't know, I mean, maybe, I love Instagram too because it's so cool to share like intimate photos with people like that, but I guess maybe Facebook because it's kind of like a central platform for people to come to and kind of, other than your website, but come to your Facebook and see a lot of photos. They can get links to your music. They can see where you're playing next. You know what I mean? So I think I'd probably say Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of like a second website. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I'd say SoundCloud for me, if that even counts, because it's just straight to the point.
Who's this,
music,
JD?
and all the other sugar-coated stuff you have to do with all these other social media sites. So I kind of like it cut and dry.
Now, SoundCloud has what? Is that the one with the soundtracks and stuff? That does.
Yeah, that's like that's a platform where where artists can just upload their music.
Right.
If you record a song, or even if you guys are jamming at rehearsal, you can upload a jam to there, and all your friends who follow you have followers.
Okay.
They can just listen in and tune in, and it's like a music sharing platform. It's very simple. That's how you just share your song.
Okay. And Matthew, or was that?
I'd probably say Facebook. It's just so generalized and commercialized nowadays that it's just so easy for people to get on it and just see everything. And from a marketing standpoint, it's extremely easy to get your stuff out there very quickly.
All right. So your website, is it actingnatural.com?
It's actingnaturalmusic.com.
Music.com. Okay.
Yep.
And then obviously Facebook and SoundCloud and Facebook again.
Yeah. But we have we have everything. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, Reverb Nation, Snapchat. We have a bunch of stuff. So
okay.
If you go to our website, actingnaturalmusic.com, there's links to all those profiles as well.
We bless up on our Snapchat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, and Megan, for you, then it's you've got Facebook though.
I've got
you've
everything.
got Twitter. You got it all.
Yeah, I said Instagram is my favorite, but I'm on
right.
Facebook constantly, so
right.
Facebook is probably my main
and your own
thing.
website.
Yeah, MeganBarker.com, MEGAN Barker, like Bob Barker. .com. And
who's Bob Barker? That was before my time. Anyway.
But there's links to all of my social media on there too, and I am currently trying to figure out Snapchat. So come watch that. Snapchat. Oh my gosh, I'm trying so hard. I've downloaded and deleted the app 3 times. I just cannot get into it, but I'm trying. So come watch that hilarious journey.
Snapchat. I haven't even heard of that one.
That's the new thing.
The new thing.
Yeah, it's very complicated.
The new meme.
Okay. What else? What else do you guys want to talk about? We got 4 minutes.
We should end
there?
with another song.
Yeah. Do you guys have another song? You guys?
So I was just going to say that in February we're actually releasing a full EP.
Okay.
So we're going to have Paradise as one of the singles off of that EP.
Okay.
But there's going to be 6 songs in total, as well as a couple of other songs on there that we're going to release as singles along the way.
Okay.
But in February, it'll be out, and you'll be able to hear a lot more of our music. And right now, you can get Paradise on SoundCloud. It'll be on iTunes this week.
Okay.
And our video is on YouTube. We actually did a music video for it not too long ago.
Cool. John can pull that up later.
Exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Megan has another song here for us today. You guys have another song for us to hear?
let's hear. I don't think we've sent another one in.
Okay,
We
they
only
don't.
released a single off the EP right now. So
Okay, that's
maybe
okay.
next time we'll be able to play a couple more.
All right, so let's listen to Megan's song. Megan, what is this song?
I can't wait for you to hear it. It's one of my favorites off my new EP. It's called Friends, and it's I Love You Too Much to Be Friends. So I'll just let you.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
listen
hear
to yourself.
this. All right.
When you take that step from love to being friends, it's a giant leap to take for woman and man. You're here today and you're gone tomorrow, returning my love like it was yours to borrow. But being friends just ain't enough. I love you too much to be friends, and we're way too close to play pretend. And when you walk out that door tonight, it's goodbye to what we could have been. And if you see me on the street, just pass on by and let me be, 'cause this is where over begins. I love you too much to be friends. And since you've made up your mind and wanna be free, I won't stand in your way. But when you're lonely, don't call me up and ask me out for a friendly lunch, 'cause there ain't no doubt that we'll both be wanting more. And I love you too much to be friends, and we're way too close to play pretend. And when you walk out that door tonight, it's goodbye to what we could have been. And if you see me on the street, just pass on by.
Wow, what a great show with you guys on this show. We had Acting Natural with Eric, JD, and Matthew. Thank you guys so much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
And
you.
you know, I want you guys to call back in and give us some shout outs, okay? If you can do that, just
Yes.
call back on the number and then Larry will do it with you. And then Lawrence,
Okay.
I'm sorry, excuse me. And then Megan, we're going to get her to do that too. Thank you, Megan Barker, for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And I got to tell you, you guys really need to exchange your emails and stuff. And,
Oh, I'm
and
gonna
your-
go stalk all of
I know
them
you
on
guys will
Facebook.
Facebook it, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sure, or hashtag it, or send SoundCloud, or Snapchat, Snap. I don't know. I can't say it all. Anyway, thank you so much, and you know, thank you for keeping me young. I appreciate it. Anyway, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends variety show with these wonderful young performers. Please go and support them. MeganBarker.com and ActingNaturalMusic.com. Check them all out. Buy their music. Make them successful, because they already are, and they're going to continue to be successful. I can't wait to see you guys. And call me back in about 3 months and let me know what you're doing again, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Will do. Thank you.
Take care. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.